And today is the day we are going to wrap this thing up. Well, almost all the way up. If you remember, we were building this in the backyard. So I'm going to do 2 by 12 by 16 foot boards. So it's really going to be 2 boards. It's going to be roughly 22 inches deep in the countertop. It's all pressure treated, so I'm going to sand it today, but I'm not going to stain it or seal it because pressure treated lumber needs some time to acclimate, dry out a little bit so that the paint sticks to it, adheres to it. So next year we'll be painting it, probably the countertop, some kind of food grade stain or something so that you can eat on it. And I have to take my Sawzall lob off the top of these things and get the counter on, do the supports, and then the rest of the boards on this side. So today is the day we're gonna try and wrap this thing up because Amber is inviting a bunch of family over. So I don't have a lot of time. Not a lot of time to get this done. So I'm going to set this up in a time-lapse mode right here in the garage window, and I'm gonna try to get as much of this as I can. See what happens. But you have to make sure that you are super secure along the 2x4s that are back here. So that's what I'm working on right now. So back to time lapse, and I'm going to turn on my music. Okay. All right. So let's give you a little sneak peek into what I did here to hold up these heavy boards. These are heavy. So let me show you what I did here. All right. So if you look right here, I took and made cleats and screwed those 4x4s into the 4x4, and then I created a recessed hole in the top of these and screwed down into there, and then anchored them in on the side from the outside. And you can see I did that same thing back there, and then there's a 2x4 that runs all the way along the back. Same thing on this side. A little dark, let me try and lighten that up for you. Same thing here, and then the same thing here. And now here in the middle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 2x4 and butt it up against here, just like that. Then I'm going to take another one and run it in front of it, creating a 2x4 distance between the top and bottom to give it a cleat to sit up against. Then a 2x4 is going to run underneath that countertop, and then a 4x4 post is going to go from that brick all the way up to that. And that, my friends, is how you make like 150 pounds worth of wood stable across 16 feet. At least, that's my hope. Let's see what happens. And just like that, counters are in. So it's pretty stable, pretty sturdy. I've got a little bit to do here, and I think I may end up running a 2x4 in the middle here and in the middle here with just a maybe a kickback back in. But the problem with that is I didn't put any beams in there. So I may do something in the middle here. Not positive yet, but it's pretty darn solid. All right, now it's time to sand. So let's do a little time lapse of sanding, shall we? right, so I just have to thank every one of you who stopped by today for my birthday party. Now, I did not grab this camera and I didn't get any footage of it. I know that there were people taking pictures and video and things like that, but the reality of it was that my wife told me we were just gonna have a family dinner and that's all we were gonna do. And I really didn't think much about it. Just family dinner, not party. She didn't say anything else. And so a couple of family members show up, and then a few friends show up, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe she invited some friends too, only she didn't. And then a few more people show up, and then a few more, and right around 10 to 15 people is when I realized, wait a minute, there's something fishy going on here. My wife had set up a surprise birthday party for me. Now, here's what's weird about that. As you're watching this, if you're watching this on August 25th, that's her birthday. My birthday is not till September 1st. So she threw me a surprise party the night before her birthday, right? I mean, it's just weird. So I was completely unsuspecting, but I'm grateful to everyone that was here. And I didn't pick up this camera and I didn't film anybody here. I didn't film anything from the party because you know what? I just wanted to be with people. I just wanted to experience life with people and just enjoy it. So this is me saying thank you, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone that was here so much. From my family to my friends who are like family. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for also celebrating with Amber and I. It's an interesting thing how many lives get intertwined in your life when you're willing just to be in people's lives. All right, so that's it. Thank you guys for being here. Pretty productive day, and I'm grateful. Have a good night.